Welcome back to Third Phase of Moon. Blake Cousins here. We got a special report for you. Again, we're on location and people are joining us as we're doing the road trip across America, telling us about their incredible experiences in regards to the UFO phenomenon. And speaking of UFO phenomenon, we've got some incredible new videos just in. So guys, take a look at this. So we're going to be looking at this video once again, an event that happened over the airport in Ontario, Canada. Still no explanation to what's going on in the skies. This was captured by multiple eyewitnesses, and we're going to be reporting on this UFO phenomenon among many other new videos just into Third Phase of Moon. Guys, I want to get your opinions. Later in this episode, we're going to invite Richard Giordano from GoofOn to chime in on his thoughts of this incredible display of lights over the Ontario airport in Canada. So guys, I want to get your opinions. What do you think was captured in that last video? Now, let's get to our next submission from Jaime Maussan. He's allowed us to share this with you. He's asking questions. Is the infamous humanoid something otherworldly? Take a look at this.
T'es trop bizarre, mon gars. C'est quoi ce truc?
Ça ressemble à ça, un ovni.
Franchement, là, je l'ai sur mon téléphone, ça ressemble. Je l'ai sur mon téléphone, ça ressemble clairement pas à un parapente. C'est clairement pas un parapente. Mais c'est trop. Non, on va plus le voir, effectivement.
On laisse un mec.
What?
So again, coming in from Jaime Maussan out of Mexico, the humanoid. Is it the jetpack man that has been seen by LAX pilots flying in? Or is this some kind of strange biological phenomenon that we're unaware of? This is questions that need to be answered, and right now we're trying to figure it out, guys. Have you seen this before? Brent, I want to get your thoughts.
Yeah, very unusual. I like the way the person captured this object kind of highlighted in the sky up there. We're seeing a silhouette, and it's creating these unusual shapes. You can see these protrusions sticking out from the top and the bottom of this, whatever craft this is. Could it be a balloon? Well, people might say that, but we're looking at this, and it doesn't have the characteristics of it. Plus, you can see it go behind the mountainside there, which leads to this thing being pretty large. Now, the big question, what is this? Again, another good submission by Jaime. Here we go again. We got a good close-up of it, and you can see it just kind of hover there, and it starts to rotate, and it kind of reveals more of its dimensions and a shape to this unusual craft.
Absolutely. It almost seems that it has some wings and a tail on it, and it actually expanded its wingspan at one moment. Again, that's why I bring up the biological nature of some of this phenomenon, that some things are still undiscovered deep below the oceans and maybe in the skies. Again, at one point it does seem to look like the jetpack man, but as we get a closer look, we can see the wings expand. This is kind of interesting. Is this some kind of new propulsion system that we're unaware of? Some kind of new drone, new technology in the sky? Again, here's this video coming in at the nighttime of the same object, and that's what's quite interesting, that this thing seemed to hang out for quite some time, captured by two eyewitnesses. Again, guys, what is going on? Let me know in the comments right now. stuff right here at Third Phase of Moon, and let me tell you, these UFO videos are off the hook. Guys, what was your thoughts on that last video? Quite incredible. But this last video that we just received that we're about to share with you, I can't explain. Take a look at this. So when you look at this video, it's kind of interesting. Paranormal comes to mind, some kind of phantom or apparition. Again, it's kind of like the last video. We're looking at it close in the still. I'm trying to make out what it is. It almost looks like some kind of person draped in a huge, bed sheet, a white bed sheet. Casper the ghost, I don't know. It is morphine at this point, but it does have this smoke-like phantom nature to it. Bro, what's your thoughts on this unusual video?
Yeah, you can see it. It's kind of expanded at one point, and then it kind of just shrinks on itself and creates this kind of humanoid shape, which is very odd. Right there, you see that, and it kind of just stays in that position for a while as it kind of descends lower behind those trees there. Again, could this just be floating garbage in the sky, creating some sort of look, a pareidolia, you might say? But this is very odd. Again, it's quite large, and it's off in the distance. We're not getting the super clear shot of this, but again, this is raw video coming in from the public, and they tried their best to capture the phenomenon, and I gotta say, it's pretty damn good.
Yeah, I'm digging this one coming in from Jaime Mosan, giving us permission, and we appreciate it, to share it with you all right here at Third Phase of Moon. Now, this sighting out of Montreal airport, multiple eyewitnesses, strange lights in the sky creating a formation. We're going to investigate this a little bit. We asked Rich to get his opinion in regards to this major event. Listen up. Earlier today, I received multiple emails from sources around the world in regards to a sighting that happened over Montreal, Canada. Luminescent green lights were seen over an airport over there, and we're going to break it down. This is kind of breaking news. We've got multiple photographs, multiple videos coming in from Espresso News and other multiple sources, and to me it seems something might have happened over Canada. And we have special guests tonight, Rich from GoofOn. He's done some research and looking into this enigma, this event that just happened within the past 12 hours. What's going on? Buckle up, everybody. Blake Cousins, this is Third Phase of Moon. Appreciate everybody in the live premiere tonight. Let's get to it. Rich, I know you were aware of this. This is kind of happening in liquid time. This is relevant. What's going on? First, when I looked at this video, I was kind of concerned whether this could be CGI, manipulated, coming from a source from Espresso News, but really not giving links back. What was your first impressions of this video before we get to the photographs?
Well, first impressions were, this is not real. This looks totally fake. And then I saw some photographs where we're not talking about them yet, but it made me think twice about whether this is CGI or not. And looking at the video, it looks like a lot of CGI. So I was thinking, well, this is CGI. It's got to be. There's no way it isn't. The light doesn't bleed out like it normally does. I'm seeing the fuzziness of it, but then you look a little further into the video and it's foggy. So my first initial thought was CGI.
I was thinking the same thing. I wasn't really going to touch it until I received other photographs from different sources, and you yourself have received other sources and other photographs to possibly corroborate this event. And as I'm looking into the video now a little closer, understanding that there's these photographs going around, let's hope more videos show up. But yeah, you're right. It was foggy that night. The luminescent kind of apparition behind these orbs are interesting to behold, and sometimes things just seem otherworldly or out of place under these atmospheric conditions. Looking back at this video, it could be CGI, but then again, with these multiple sources and photographs, and now I'm wondering what's going to happen next. I'm hoping the whole team members at Third Phase Moon, maybe we could reach out to that airport in Montreal and see if the tower captured anything.
That would be fantastic. Yeah, that's the next step. Let's do that. One of us can do it and see if there's any other news, because these pictures they're mind-blowing because of the way they're situated, and it doesn't look like it's fake. If it is, I would be shocked, but unless it's friends that are trying to, make something bigger than it really is, or trying to get their name out there, or trying to build a channel. I don't know. I want to hear from somebody. I have to talk to somebody or see another source that is actually talking about it. Was it on the news in Montreal? Did other sources come in? We're going to find out maybe tomorrow. So a lot more work to do on this because of the way it's unique. It looks otherworldly. I mean, usually when we see things like this dramatic, we think, all right, that's got to be a fake or CGI, or somebody's, pulling the wool over our eyes. And I'm not sure yet. I'm more on the positive side that this really happened because of the photos.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, Rich. And this kind of reminds me of the Jackhead Reservation over Manitoba, Canada, when there was kind of a report of a major crash. And they were told in that neighborhood of the Jackhead Reservation to be quiet, not say anything about what they experienced. But, we were hearing that they were actually taking cameras away from the people over there, and were told to keep their mouths shut in regards to this, event, this crash over there in Manitoba on this Indian reservation. Now this comes up, and hopefully we could get different sources, but I might have a feeling that the people within that area might come across maybe the same kind of action in regards to silencing the people over there. Let's just say this: if this video is in fact real, and these multiple photographs from different sources, it seems to me some of these people are in different situations, different locations. Maybe they're strangers, maybe they're not, but it really leads to something that we got to get to the bottom of. And it's interesting to look at these photographs even closer to see the detail. I see some of these lights behind the trees. This would be hard to manipulate, especially if it was coming out within real time. What's crazy is that this video came out, and then immediately, hours later, from different sources, these photographs were taken, which leads to me to that this is a possible event that actually happened.
I can only echo what you just said and add that the one with the trees is the one that's getting me really excited, because it looks like it's not at the airport. It looks like there's an apartment building, and then you're literally under a tree looking up through a little opening in the tree with all these branches crossing in front of it. To do that with CGI and have the effect that I see in these pictures, and this picture especially, is really very hard to do. And this lighting looks right to me. You could even see it looks like it's foggy. So at this picture that I'm looking at, there's some break in the clouds, and you can see how it's lighting up the clouds itself. So it's an interesting picture, other than it being under a branch, and some branches and above a building. It looks like it's there. It's beautiful.
Yeah, absolutely. What I like about these photographs is actually the hue of the color. In regards to the video itself, they match perfectly. So the light seems very consistent. And like you say, to have this image, if it were CGI or Photoshop, it'd be hard to replicate this behind all these branches and buildings and the refractions of lights and multiple angles. But now looking back more at this video, it's interesting. You can see the person who's shooting it. He's panning, or she, up and down. These lights seem to be in the proper position in the sky in relation to the motion of the camera. So I would have to maybe look at this a little closer, and maybe tomorrow we'll even go back onto this video and even do more enhancements, see if we could find out if this is legit. But right now we're looking at it, everything's kind of seeming to match up. Again, there's some issues with why we're looking at this, but then again, if these things are off-world vehicles, then again, you might have to think about their characteristics of flight, that they don't match our way of looking at these craft. They're not matching our ways of physics in the sky.
Oh, definitely not. They're moving very slow. And let's not forget, on one of these videos, it splits into three. So you have one light that splits into three. That's what forms the three lights. And that's why I was like, wait a minute, man, what's going on with this? And then the photos. So it's as if we're getting more evidence because it is a very special event. So I think people are sending in their evidence. And when it splits into three, the only time I've ever seen that was in CGI or things that were too far away where you couldn't tell what you were looking at. I don't know, man. If this is legit, then, we're in for a ride, because I almost forgot to say, that light is in the sky. Now, let me tell you, there's an anomaly that happens when you record a light at night looking at the black sky. And even during the day, if you're aiming towards or near the sun or a bright light, you see a real tiny speck of light that is reflecting off of the lens on back to the frame. So you can see everything, and also this little dot. And I know you know about the dot, that wherever you move, that little dot will be all over the place. And we see this anomaly because that light is in the sky. It's not fake.
You hit the nail on the head right there, Rich, because I was kind of noticing the lens flare element. And, it's this thing that the optical lens from your phone picks up, or your camera, and it really moves in dynamic to the light in the sky. And it's doing exactly that. So that alone represents something in reality, that it's really there. And to try and fake this light refraction in perfect time with the camera movement, that would be hard to do. This definitely, in my opinion, makes me believe that this optical refraction makes it that it's captured within the camera, not manipulated afterwards. So again, I was about to dismiss this video off in the beginning because it almost looked too good to be true. I understand the theory where you're saying it separated into three, and we kind of only see these in these computer generated apps like Fox News is using, but we still need to see more. We need to find out from that airport in Montreal, and hopefully the tower noticed something. Maybe you could get some eyewitnesses. This story is developing right now, but we wanted to cover it right here at Third Phase of Moon. So your thoughts, Rich? Do you think that this Montreal airport will get back to us? I know we asked you to reach out to Southwest Airlines. They were able to give us some information. What's your thoughts on the country of Canada, Montreal's airport? You think they're going to be cooperative with America?
Yeah, I really don't know. I've never called them or interacted with them, so we'll find out. I have a feeling that I'm not going to get any information, but as far as this video goes, I just wanted to add one more thing that I forgot to say, is that they're so short. If you're videotaping something as important as this, with breaking up into three orbs and just starting to take off, why don't we see the end of the video? What happens? And that, to me, is I don't like it, is what I'm trying to say.
Absolutely.
I just wanted to go on record to say that, because they are short. We don't get a full story on these videos. Seems like we're just getting a part of it. And to me, I feel like I'm being set up for something, either to fail or for something incredible. Or maybe that person couldn't show us. Maybe they had to stop the camera. But yeah, I wish it was longer. I mean, you can only get so much sometimes, but I'll take what I have. I like what I'm seeing. I like the different angles, the different places with the pictures. The video is really cool because of the light reflection, that lens flare thing. And there's a lot of positives to this, more than negative. So I can't wait to see if I can get through to the airport tomorrow.
Yeah, we're going to have all the team members try and hit them up, and hopefully get some reaction back. And as you're saying, Rich, it's interesting. As far as being set up, I'm not sure if this is the case, but again, we're just putting out the information as fast as possible. We're analyzing this, and if it turns out to be some kind of jerk trying to set anybody up, well, that's their problem. We're just trying to put this out. But as your point too, maybe Espresso News wants to tease the public in regards to some of this video that they have. And sometimes journalists do this, and major media does it all the time. They only put out a little, and then they come out with a massive exclusive reveal. But we need more public videos out there. There's got to be other people out there that's captured this. And if there is a confirmation from public without any espresso affiliation, we got to find out who these people were that took these photographs. And if we do, then we could absolutely say this is legit. But at the moment, we're still kind of on the fence, but we wanted to cover it because there are aspects to this video that seems and has this dynamic that it reveals that it could be real. So there's a lot of aspects. So that's what we're doing right here at Third Phase of Moon. Appreciate Rich from Goofon joining us. Any last words?
No, I said it all, man. I just hope it's legit. And you know, when I say set up, not us, I mean, I'm just saying set up for failure, set up for it's a lie, I made this video. I don't want any of that. I don't think we're gonna have bad news. I feel positive about this one. There's been a lot of good stuff lately with lights in the sky, big motherships over Uruguay. I mean, this is unbelievable.
So it's interesting to me, the UFO phenomenon and the paranormal. Is there a cross between them? That's what we want to find out. And it's up to you, the people out there, to submit your UFO evidence to us. Because if it wasn't for you, Third Phase of Moon wouldn't be here. So make sure if you see something strange in the sky or something creepy, get your camera out. Start to film it and upload that video to YouTube and copy paste that link to my email. It's in the description. Everybody, keep your eyes on the skies. We got some updates for you. Billy Carson tomorrow is going to join us on a live interview. Buckle up for that. Blake Cousins, we'll see you real soon.
Looking around thinking it's only you, only to find we're many more than a few. Where do they lie? How come we seldom see them? Right in between the lines is where they reside. No reason to fear, we know who's here. Narrative falls, trickle through the years on everyone. Solid system, no more lies rolling through the haze. History worth mention, ancient connections may see us through. Although not easy to say,